So before opening for everything and questions, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Jasmina, and I am a student at Xiamen University in Malaysia, studying international business and IT.
And hello, I am Shafrina Bono, shortly Shafrina. I am a Bachelor in Actuarial Science student in University Malaya. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for inviting me. Should I start introduce myself as well?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Cool. You can call me Tien. I'm the founder of Hackathon Kaki. So Hackathon Kaki is Malaysia's largest hackathon community. So this community is meant for everyone that is passionate about hackathon in Malaysia to get information about hackathons, joining hackathons, forming teams, and even for organizers to promote their events. And I'm happy to be here to share more about that.
We are also so happy to see you. And Shafrina Bono, do you want to start?
Okay, so first of all, thanks for as already said, thanks for the accepting our offer, our, I call it, to participate in our podcast. We are really thrilled to conduct this with you today. As we are starting our podcast, can we first, as a first intro after your just talk about yourself, can we first talk about your background maybe? Maybe your educational background, your early life, and others. And okay, sure. First, as we know from your resume that you provided, you studied computer science at University Tenaga Nasional, right?
Yeah.
So, what first drew you to coding, and what was the reason you or the moment that in your life happened that brought you into this sphere? Like maybe was it like connected to your educational background or your maybe something from the earlier stage?
Okay. So if I get your question correctly, so you're asking about my coding interests, what have got me into starting to code, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Not joining computer science, right? Because if I were to share a little bit early life in my education, so back then there wasn't many choice for me to pick. I mean, there wasn't many things that I'm interested. So I'm particularly interested in technology and in science. So with that said, there's only a very selected field for me to enroll with, and computer science seems like the hot thing, or the hype thing back in, I think 2007 or 2006. Yeah, 2006. Yeah, so it was long time ago, about 20 years ago, 19 years ago. Computer science actually was a new thing in Malaysia. It probably have already been around for 10-15 years, but back in that time, because of the dot-com boom, the wave just come to Malaysia, everything is being digitalized. So that's the reason why I picked computer science. But regarding programming, yes, a little bit is because of the exposure during my university time. I didn't know even programming exists until I joined. I enrolled and attended the class in UC Tenaga Nasional, as you mentioned, and I think that is my favorite subject. In fact, I'm so interested in the programming classes that I finished the programming assignment before the lecturer even gives the assignment. So how do I do that? Because a lecturer would have more than one class. There's like class A, class B, class C. So let's say I'm the third class C. So he will teach class A in the morning, class B in the afternoon, and then class C in the evening, right? So I was so excited about the assignment. I talked to students in class A to get the question first, and then I was just like do the question and finish up. So by the time class 3, which is my class C, class 3, the lecturer is giving out the assignment, I tell, hey, I already finished. So that is the level of interest I have back then in my university time. And I was so fortunate also that first few job in my early life, I was employed as a software engineer. From there, I actually get to know in depth what is the industry needed for programming. But one thing that, so I'm not sure whether both of you have you like start intern or work anything related to programming in a real work in a corporate environment. It wasn't that fun, to be honest. In a corporate, so the code that you write, the programming that you do is really not that fun compared to the university assignment. But mainly because of the scale of the company, you are just touching a very small of code base. So let's say there's like maybe like 50 files, and then each file is like 7,000 lines. That is like years ago when programming. I mean, the code base for the company that I work with is not really the best. So my interest actually died down, and therefore actually I actually move out from programming. But recently I just been getting back into programming because of AI. It makes programming much easier and much more enjoyable. I'm able to build something from scratch from the start to finish. I'm no longer building like a small part of a large system, which is actually quite boring, to be honest.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, can you tell us more about how university life affected on you in your early journey, your friends?
Oh, okay. Thanks for that. So I think most of my classmates, if I'm not wrong, they are almost similar like me. So they probably choose computer science without knowing the depth of computer science. It was just probably something that a lot of people talk about, and it seems like a good subject or a good degree to have. So people just pick it up, just enroll. I realized majority of my classmates actually doesn't enjoy programming, and due to that reason, most of them actually are doing not so great, I would say, in terms of programming. And therefore, because I'm not saying that I'm very good at programming, I myself actually not that good as well. Therefore, you see, I transition out from software engineer to a product manager. So I am a product manager in nowadays. So product manager is a role where we break down a problem, we come up with a proposal, a solution, and for the software, and work closely with software engineer to write the program out. So that is my current role. And because I'm not that good at programming, that's why I moved to this role. With this role, I'm actually is giving more value. But back to my university time, because most of my classmates are not interested in programming. They just enroll the course for the sake of enrolling, probably maybe listen to their parents. Therefore, they are actually consider quite not really good at programming, or that due to the fact they're not interested. And because of that fact, and I'm super interested. Therefore, I can see there is a huge gap between my programming skill and the rest of my classmates. And actually, this boosts a little bit of sense of like satisfaction, and because like if you are being good at something and you are getting praise all the time of something, then eventually you will also get more interested. And when you get more interested, you will spend more time on it. When you spend more time on it, eventually you will get better and better at it also. So during my university time, I actually represent my university for a couple of times for programming competition. But sad to say, all the competition I lost. As I mentioned, I wasn't really a good programmer. I'm probably a mediocre, a mid-level programmer. But because of all my peers, it's not all of them. There's probably one or two, or even like a handful of them actually much better than me. My senior or sometimes my junior much better than me. But but majority of them are not. So therefore, I'm like that. Me and some of the other folks actually at the top of the cream in the university level.
Yeah, that was really informative. But yeah, but we also think that the passion is much more, like important than the other things, because you should be interested in what you are doing, right?
Yep.
So that you would see the results and you would be motivated to go further. So I think we really appreciate your effort for the whole everything that you've done this far, even though like everyone has losses. So it's okay. But then yeah, as you just said, you represented a lot of competitions from your university, and as from the information that we gathered from you, you co-founded the largest computer club and organized 13 tech events in university, right?
Yeah, that is okay. I couldn't remember how many events I organized, but I do organize quite a couple events in my university. I also co-founded the computer club in Uni 10. Yeah.
Yeah. Like was it I think it was not that easy. I know that there should be some, uh issues with time management and all. Like how did you manage to cope academics and leadership at the same time, and also like working with all those activities? And like maybe could you please share about one event or moment that taught you a key lesson maybe?
Oh, okay. Thanks for that question. So the question is really the key learning. How do I juggle between academic and also leadership event? Uh, if I were to spill the bean, right, I don't think I deserve that much of praise. First of all, in all the event and also co-founded the club, I mostly play a supporting role. So I wasn't the forefront runner. I wasn't the CEO, the president or what. I usually take a supporting role. So like the assistant of a CEO or a president or assistant of certain stream. It's very rare that any event that is run by a single person, right? And even if it's not run by a single person, run by a 10%, I usually wasn't the leader, the top one. I probably like not even the second, probably like the third or the fourth person. And certainly not the last person that would just hang around without doing anything. But yeah, so I think that is the reason that I'm able to organize multiple events, because it actually doesn't require as much time resource as you might have thought of. Once you do it, and once you also have equally good supporting people around you, it will make things easier. And second of all, academically, I don't think, I would rather say it actually does affect my academic, but not in a serious manner. So, for example, I could have get, let's say, a 4 flat. Just as an example, I could have get 4 flat, but then because of spending more time on events and organization and club committee, student council, all that, I would only get like 3.8. So 3.8. Okay, so this is fictional. I don't think I will get 4.0, and I never get 3.8. So yeah, so it certainly does affect, but it won't affect like I will fail. I will get like 1.9 or something like that. So yeah, I can see actually that there is effect in my academic, but it's very minimal, and it's also quite tolerable or acceptable. If you were asked, if I were to back to the core question, what is the key learning? If this learning is to give to the current university student, I think just go ahead. Don't. I think academic is not. It's not something that you should put 100% to it. To be honest, in university life, there's so much more. Of course, not saying that organizing event or joining a student council is like the most valuable path or what. But there's something more than your academic. So don't put too much focus on academic. I would say it's certainly important, but it's not as important as you think. I think that is a key learning. If I were to do it again, I would still do it the way I do it. But probably I would like to try to take more leadership role. So I was always the third and fourth person in an organization, in a club, in a community, in a society. So when I look back, it doesn't sit well with me today. I think I should at least like try once or twice to take the leadership role, like the number one spot. And yeah, if anyone were to do this, I recommend you try to take the number one spot for at least once. And don't panic if your academic is actually is affected, because I already worked for not 19 years. I already worked for 15 years, and I can see that most of the most talented people that I meet are usually people that not really haven't even graduated university. Yeah. So academic is not the end goal. Yeah.
Yeah, I go along with you. Like, studying at university is just more than the studies. It's all about networking, making so many friends, and trying different things. And how did your startup journey start? Did you start it from your university times, or how did you enter to the startup world?
Oh, okay. How do I start my startup work? So once I graduated from UC, I actually worked for quite a bit, about 5 years, almost 5 years, I think. Then only I ventured into startup world. And how do I start it? So back then, I was every day I was dragging my feet, wake up to work 9 to 5. I felt like life is actually more than that. I shouldn't just be like dragging myself to work every day. I feel really depressed on the fact that I need to do that on a daily basis. And another part also, I was really young, so I think 25 years old, something like that. Yeah, 25 years old. Probably you are reaching that age soon, or you already have reached that age. But I would consider that age is really young, really naive. I thought that I could change the world. So yeah, on one side I'm very boring and depressed on my day job. The other side that I was young and naive, think that I can change the world. So when these two collide, I just took the leap of faith and quit my job and venture in the startup.
Yeah, I think the managing the stress and everything is very, how to say, it's very hard actually for the young person, for being the young person. As we're two also, we are both young, and as you just said, you started everything around like 2006, 7. We are actually from that year. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, 2006. Yeah, so we are pretty young too, so we understand. But like as you just said, you had a lot of losses right till now. But do you remember your first win? Like
My first
either
win.
hackathon, startup, or any competition. Like it should be memorable. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I did have a okay. I wouldn't consider this as a first win, because when I am even younger, so let's say primary school, like what, 8 years old, 10 years old, I joined some art competition and then I won some prize. So that is probably my first win, but let's not consider that. Yeah, I do remember my first win in a hackathon, winning some prizes. So I have joined for, okay. So my first win is actually my 8th hackathon. So what happened to the first 7? So I actually lose consistently for 7 times. I think the 5th time or 6th time, I meet people around the hackathon scene, right? So my other competitor, they are actually my friend. So probably is a good advice that's trying to give me. They say, hey, you already been joining so much hackathon. Why don't you just stop and do your own startup? And because I was doing my startup back then. Say, hey, you already joined so many hackathon. You keep on losing. You should focus on the startup and stop joining hackathon. But I say no. Okay, I need to join until at least I win. So imagine the 5th time you're losing, the 6th time you're losing, and people ask you to stop joining. But I didn't. I just keep on participating despite losing over and over again. You can imagine yourself if you join a competition, you lost the 3rd time, 4th time, 5th time, and then people ask you to stop joining. You still join for 6th time, you still lose. You join for 7th time, you still lose. Would you join the 8th time? I think most of people actually didn't, because I actually joined hackathon. I saw a lot of faces, and most people that have lost 3rd time or 2nd time, they actually didn't participate at all. I and maybe only selected few are still continuing joining, and fortunately on number 8 time I have a breakthrough. So I got I think I got a 2nd place. So it was like a moment of relief. Yeah, I think that, hey, I actually not that noob. I mean, I actually not that stupid or dumb that I keep on losing. There's actually, I can actually win something. So from that moment onward, I actually start less doubt on myself and become more confident that even though I lose today, I know that if I keep trying, I will win tomorrow. So that is always my mantra until today.
Wow, it was really motivational, inspirational.
Thanks for that.
And you have told that you have participated in so many hackathons. Can you tell us what was the main mistakes that many people make when they are on the age of making their own startups or hackathons, or presenting their own startup ideas?
I don't quite get the question. Maybe can you rephrase the question? Yeah.
What are the main mistakes that many people make when they're participating in hackathons or on the age of presenting their own startup ideas in front of many investors?
Okay, the common mistake on the hackathon of presenting the idea, the startup idea. Common mistake. I wasn't sure if the common mistake for hackathon is the same as the mistake for presenting your startup idea to an investor, or even to anyone, right? So I wasn't sure if the common mistake is the same, but these two definitely have a shared mistake, or the same mistake that would happen in both. So this mistake is focus on the wrong thing. So wrong thing, it can be focus on the wrong problem, or focus on the wrong market, or focus on the wrong user, or even focus on the wrong investor. So the bigger problem is actually focus on the wrong problem. So that is actually one of my mistake in my first startup. So I have a couple of startup. I have successfully failed 4 startup in the past. So the first startup that I failed is actually I'm trying to build a food app that help group make food decision, like what to eat. So this is the common question everyone have during lunchtime, and people were just debating like what to eat, right? So I was really genuinely wanted to solve this problem. So I built an app that helped group make food decision. But little that I know, I was too invested in the problem and the solution. That problem actually is insignificant. So insignificant until nobody will actually download an app to get the answer. To be honest, like while this question been recurring many times, but this is a too small of a problem for anyone to download app. So this is not a problem that worth solving. So I would say I focus on the wrong thing. So this is actually same as in the hackathon and in presenting your idea to the startup investor. If you focus on the wrong thing, most likely you won't go anywhere. If I were to add on, so So how do you make sure that you don't focus on the wrong thing, right? I think first of all, you really need to ask small questions. You need to consult, or at least talk to people around you. Don't just have the idea in your head. Talk to people that you respect. Talk to your mom, talk to your grandma. If your grandma don't understand this, probably 90% of the population don't understand it. Talk to people that you respect, because you respect them, because I think in one way or another you wanted to be that person in future. So if that person really think that, hey, this idea sucks, so most likely you would think the idea sucks also in future once you become him or her, right? So talk to more people, validate your idea. I think this is something that a lot of founders or a lot of people that are lacking of when they have the idea. Like myself, when I have my idea, I thought that this is the best thing in the world. Then I just build it, I just code it out, I just program it out without talking to much people. I did talk to some people, but I think I talked to wrong people as well. So focus on wrong thing. So yeah, talk to people you respect, talk to your grandma, talk to your neighbor, talk to your colleague, talk to your classmate. If like what I think, if a 5 out of 10 people say no, then probably you have to rethink about it. Even if two out of 10 people say no, probably you should. It might be a bad advice, but spend some time to think what are the feedback from the two people. Yeah, but that is actually usually what I would do in nowadays to validate my idea.
So, like, from what I've understood, you mean that first of all, yeah, I also know something about the process of the hackathons, and usually people forget about audience analysis, like the actual app will work for whom. So I think the one that you're saying the same thing, right? So you need to be focused on for whom your app, whatever you are doing will be helpful, so that they will use definitely. That's why, yeah, you need to definitely get like comments from others on your idea.
Yeah. In a way, it's like that. Yeah.
Thanks for your thoughts about that one. So, like I think for the concluding part for the first stage about your like personal background, can I also ask like maybe beyond the tech and like education and all, like maybe did you have any hobbies or interests from your teens, from university life that surprisingly helped you with your career?
Okay, that is a very interesting question. I have never thought about that. Any hobby I have in my early life that helped me in my career? Anything in my life, hobby. I really couldn't think of any hobby.
Or like maybe I don't know, interests.
Interests. Okay. So when I look back, actually, just very recent, I have like reflect on my life and what do I like, what is my passion, what is my strength, what is my weakness, right? I realized from very young, I actually like to build stuff. So I wasn't sure at what age I was being introduced to Lego. So that is like 30 years ago, right? Or 30 plus years ago. The Lego that you know today is not like the Lego that I have in 30 plus ago. So in 30 years plus ago, the Lego is all in one shape. It's only one shape but multiple color. So imagine one shape, you need to build something out of it. You need to build a bridge, a house, a car, a plane. So from very young, I just used one shape to build a plane, to build a car, to build a house, and then I actually have the satisfaction to build it. I enjoy the process of building it. Number one, I also enjoy the process of finish building it and showing off to my dad, to my mom, and to my sibling. So I think because I reflect, I have such interests or such behavior. I realized that I actually someone that like building stuff, which programming actually helps, because in programming you can literally build anything in the world. So versus, let's say you wanted to build an actual house, you need the bricks, you need like cement, you need new resources, you need money, you need land to build an actual house, right? But in software world, you can literally build anything as long as you have time and you have your mind. I think because of this realization, in all my career path or in future, if I were to make a choices, I will prioritize on maximizing my chance of building stuff. If I were to work in office, that I just, let's say I become an auditor, I just check numbers, I will be damn sad because I'm not building numbers, I'm not building stuff. So yeah, so right now, I with this realization, I actually wanted to, if I were to make a job decision, I would choose something that would enable me to build stuff. So example, a product manager I am right now, while I'm not actively coding, but I'm actually participating in building the software. I actually tell the software engineer what to be built. And just like an architect for a house, not architect, but just like a property developer, I would say. Property developer is not software developer, right? So yeah, and even in as a software engineer, I did mention in my early life as a software engineer, I felt bored coding because I wasn't building stuff. I was fixing stuff in a large code or large system. In a small little code that I'm tasked to fix a bug or try to optimize something. So I'm not building the entire system. So even as a software engineer, that is tough to choose. Do you want to be a software engineer in a startup where you can literally build from start to finish, you're building stuff, or you want to be a software engineer, let's say in Petronas, where there is a huge system, but you're just dealing with a small part of the system. You're not really building stuff, you're fixing stuff, you're enhancing a certain part of the system. So right now I would prioritize on building stuff. If the job enable me to build stuff, I will pick that. I think you did mention also, if something that you are interested, you're passionate about, you are more likely to thrive. You're more likely to learn. Yeah, and you'll be happier also at the end of the day. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Oh. I think both of you should spend some time to reflect, like when you are 5 years old, like what do you like the most, right? Because at that age, that is the purest form of yourself. If you were to reflect, then you would know that the future decision, what you should prioritize, right?
You mentioned that in a startup world, you will build a product from zero until to the very big unicorn, right? So you have to start from zero. So can you remember the first problem that you have worked on and tried to solve in your, for example, very first hackathons, the very first problem that you worked?
Oh, okay. Yeah, the very first problem that I worked is actually the first startup that I mentioned just now. So I'm trying to build a food app that help group make food decisions. That is actually started from a hackathon. So in my first hackathon, I built that idea, and I lost. And I know why I lost, because that is really a small problem. Nobody would spend their time, even money, on downloading an app to make a food decision. Yeah, so that is my idea, my first ever idea that I built from start, like literally zero, nothing, and until the end, where I ship an app that help group make food decision.
Like your first hackathon happened in which year? Like
2014. So it's about 11 years from now. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty long time ago.
Yeah. Well, hackathons were also common in this time, like in 2014. Were hackathons really common at that time, like 2014?
Oh, okay. Hackathon wasn't really common. To be honest, I'm very jealous of the student nowadays. There's like so many hackathon left, right, center, right? And I love hackathon. If hackathon were common during like maybe even 2010, right? I would be so happy on my everyday life. Yeah, it wasn't common, but somehow I did stumble to one or two, and yeah, and I think 2014 is the year where hackathon in Malaysia is getting more and more. Before that, even 2013, 2012, there's hackathon, as far as I know, but I wasn't exposed to hackathons. I didn't know this thing exists. And in Malaysia, 2014 is the year where it starting become more common. But I know because I love hackathon so much. I read a bit about hackathon in overseas. Right, hackathon actually started way long. I mean, way earlier in the United States. There is a story where famously Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, organized multiple hackathons to build the Facebook early version. And because of the hackathon culture in Facebook has thrived and actually beat up all the other competitors that have way much more money to spend on marketing or on everything else. So yeah, Malaysia just started to be more common in 2014.
Yeah, it's pretty sad that that time it was just starting to be like famous, but still, you're from early runners, right?
I think the
Here.
line is breaking. I think your line is breaking.
Oh, sorry. Is it? Yeah, sorry, I have a better internet connection here. Uh, now?
Now it's better.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. So actually, I was like also interested is you've written here your first digital trust you built was crypto credit card and crypto payroll system, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like what were the biggest challenges in merging traditional finance like Visa Rails with Web3, and how did you navigate regulatory hurdles, and we know like from finance side and all the other sides?
Oh, okay. First digital trust. So first of all, yeah, just for one context, I used to work in First Digital Trust. In fact, that is my most recent company. I'm no longer attached with them as of today. So I work with several. So what is First Digital Trust, right? Just for context, it is actually considered a fintech company, a trust and custody company that is licensed in Hong Kong. So with a twist, so it actually manages Web3 or cryptocurrency asset, Web3 asset or cryptocurrency for the client. So it's not like a traditional trust company where they deal with USD, Ringgit, or HKD. They deal with like Bitcoin, USDC, or all the cryptocurrency. Uh, and I was actually tasked to build quite a lot of stuff that is from 0 to 1. One of it, like you mentioned, is the credit card. So it's a crypto credit card where imagine you have Bitcoin. How do you buy a break? So you can't buy a break with Bitcoin, right? So now with this card, you can actually literally use the card to buy a break, and then behind the scene, they will actually like convert your Bitcoin into whatever currency that you're swiping the bakery shop is charging. All that happened behind the scene. What are the challenges? Of course, there is a lot of challenging stuff, especially the regulatory, the licenses and everything. But what we did is we don't build from scratch for the license part. We don't do everything ourselves. I would say not from scratch. We don't do everything ourselves. Certain things we rely on the experts, or we call it our partner. So we partner with some a provider. A provider would actually provide us all the connection with Visa. So it is actually a Visa card. Provide us with the licenses. Is it licenses or basically the ability to use Visa rail? Yeah, so that is how we manage the the traditional finance with the cryptocurrency, the Web3 finance. We manage the Web3 side, or our client or the card holder will pay us in cryptocurrency, or they can pay us in normal money also can. But everything happened behind the scene for crypto side is on us, and then everything else that is on regulatory, the visa, the fiat, all the conversions happen on the partners that we partner with.
Yeah,
You also mentioned that you work
requires
at
a lot of
Standard.
expertise from us.
Yeah, please.
You also mentioned that you work at the Standard Chartered One, the best equity trading platform of our. What is the secret to driving digital transformation into legacy banks, and how did you reduce client onboarding from 5 days to 5 minutes?
Okay, that is a lot of questions. I think I hear 3 questions in once. Okay, how do I start? Okay. So I only get the last part. So how do I reduce from 5 days to 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
What is the earlier question? On Standard Chartered, you say about the equity. What's my secret on transformation,
what is the
right?
secret to
Digital.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so maybe let's me answer the first one. There's actually no secret to digital transformation. In fact, I probably still finding it for myself. So just to be clear, I'm not really the transformation guy, the digital transformation guy. But one thing I think that I stand out or I do excel in Standard Chartered or any other big, large legacy organization is actually mindset. I think especially banks or even government sector, a lot of people are lacking the mindset needed to the change mindset. So people are really comfortable on what they are doing, and they are reluctant to change. Even people that wanted to change, the preach of changing, the lack of action. So they say one thing, but the action does it the other way around. So I would assume, or I would think those people actually don't believe change themselves. They are saying change, they are saying transformation, because that is the right thing to say, because that is the hype thing to say. If you say it, it will look good on you. So those people actually say it without actually believing it within their heart or their core. For me, it's the other way around. I don't really say it, to be honest. I just do it. I just execute it. So and this lead to your last part of the question of making digital onboarding from 5 days to 5 minutes, right? There's one particular form in Standard Chartered. Actually, you need to sign up. You need to download the form. So imagine in 2023, you need to download the form. You need to sign it, paper and pen. You need to scan it. You need to upload it. You need to email back to Standard Chartered. This is how you open an account for stock trading in Standard Chartered. It doesn't make sense. 2023, people should be able to sign up as easy as you sign up a Google account, as easy as you sign up a TikTok account. Why do you need to download the form, sign it, scan it, email back to Standard Chartered? That doesn't make sense. And that alone, from our data, on average, people take 5 days to do that. 5 days from start to finish. So, and actually, a lot of people have the same idea as me. They say that it doesn't make sense. So they talk to a lot of internal people that govern the process. So in order to make a change in a bank, because bank is heavily regulated, you couldn't just say, hey, I want to change this. Even though you are the boss, you cannot say, even though you are the CEO, you cannot say, hey, I want to change this, then you get changed. No, there is people that are specialized on guarding all the processes. So if the CEO say want to change, they need to consult all these people. And if one of them say no, means no change. So there are people like me think that this doesn't make sense, and they try to ask for the change. And of course, all the people in this line that govern the processes say no. Like I mentioned, there's a lot of people reluctant to change. And then those people that actually ask just give up or just get the no as answer. So for me, I don't get no as answer. No, no just doesn't sound no to me. No means I need to try harder. So that is exactly what I do. I try harder. So I still get no. So I try even harder. So when I try hard enough, so the way I try, of course, it's not just keep asking the same question. That would be dumb. And the way I try harder is actually I try to understand why they say no, and try to give them alternative. So one example is I show them, hey, Stanley Bank can do this. Hey, Maybank can do this. Why Standard Chartered so dumb cannot do this? Then it makes those people think again. Maybe you're right. Maybe we can change. Since CMB is doing, since Maybank is doing, since HSBC is doing, maybe we should change. Let me get back to you. And of course, they get back to me and then they say no change. But I say, hey, why no change? Then so this process keep happening back and forward. I think for the span of 8 to 9 months, I actually made the change. What is the change? The change is actually digitize the form. So our client, our user no longer need to download the form, print it out, sign it, scan it, upload, email. So we no longer do that. So what we do is we click in the mobile app, we click next, and then accept. That's all. So just same like how you sign up with TikTok, how you sign up with Gmail or Google, right? So it's exactly the same process, that the whole fully digitalized process, and because of this, actually, other countries actually follow Malaysia model. So I am in charge of Malaysia. Just now when I say there are people like me ask for change and eventually they say they got no, it's actually people from Singapore, from Hong Kong, from UAE, and they accepted with no. So as of today, what I understand is right now, because Malaysia did the change, now every other country is benefiting from the change. So they're adopting the same process or the same model as Malaysia. So the things that I did in the past still having a great deal of impact to Standard Chartered. That's how I would like to believe. That's how I see it. And that's how I made from 5 days into 5 minutes, because it just really take 5 minutes for you to click next, check, enter your name, enter your password, and everything. Right? Yeah. So that is the story.
Wow.
Yeah. Actually, that's like, yeah, personally, I really love this setting to make it everything is online and digitalized, because it really shortens the time. It's more efficient and it's easier to use, because as you just said, it takes a lot of time for documentation, like physically everything. And yeah, I agree with the fact that you said changes are needed. They're required to make everything more innovative, like new, to make life easier. So yeah.
And also I find what was the secret, the secret was not following everyone says like no. It means just try harder and understand the reasons behind no.
Thanks for that.
Don't stop, just push.
That's probably true, but I think I got lucky as well. So that people are that people around with me are actually rational, and also able to talk to, able to negotiate to. There are certain people that is really raw, solid, like really doesn't want to change, and it might get you into trouble. So I think it depends. It really depends on the situation, who you deal with. So don't just say, don't just apply this blindly everywhere. It might get you into trouble. Let's say like, okay, give you a stupid example. I'm giving you a stupid example. Just bear with me. So that everyone know that law say there's no drunk and driving, and you don't just say no. I will follow my own rules. I will drink and I will drive. So don't do that. So it depends on situation. There are times that no is really a no, so don't drink and drive. That is a no and no. There's also a lot of things that is really no should be no, but of course, majority of the world, majority of stuff in the world actually is just bullshit. You should not follow. But please don't blindly just say. Just don't blindly challenge the no. It's not everything is challengeable. Probably 99%, but please reserve your 1%. Don't challenge the things that you should not challenge. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's true. And if somebody says it shouldn't limit your potential.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes trying a bit harder and not following to said no is okay, right?
Yeah. Yes.
You just improve your thought and like convince them to your idea.
Yeah. Before this quick question, can you tell us how did the founding the Hackathon Kaki come to your mind? How did you found this?
Okay. Thanks for the question. Thanks for asking that. I love that question. Yeah. So I love talking about hackathon. Yeah. Okay. So it was actually founded by me and my other co-founder, Darren Tan. So back in, I wasn't sure which year is that, 2017 and 2016. We were actually competitors. So we joined a lot of hackathon as a competition. So his team would compete with my team, and sometimes his team won, sometimes my team won. But both of us actually like hackathon very much. And one day we meet up and we think, hey, is there a place where you can find all the hackathon information at, in one place? And we think really hard, and there wasn't a place where you can find all the hackathon information, and there wasn't even people talk about hackathon, a place where people talk about hackathon. So therefore we think, hey, why don't we just start this Facebook group and we crowdsource all the hackathon information. So I would just put all the hackathons that I know into that group. He'll put all the hackathons that we know into that group, and hopefully others would also put all the hackathon information with that group, and slowly this hackathon committee could build up organically by its own. If this hackathon committee building up, so if we were able to generate enough interest that people are interested in hackathon, hopefully there will be more people participate in hackathon. And if more people participate in hackathon, then there will be more organizing a hackathon. That's actually one of my goals, because there's not enough hackathon for me to join. I really love to join. And if more hackathon is being organized, means more prizes to be won. So that is actually my long-term goal back in that time. But how we really started is, hey, there's no one place where all the hackathon information is there, where everyone can freely talk about hackathon, even like forming a team. Like how do you find a team member if there's no one place for you to ask? You couldn't just knock the door of your neighbor and ask, hey, do you want to join hackathon, right? So hackathon is really a niche idea or niche competition, and it deserves a place in this world. So therefore, me and my co-founder started it. In the beginning, we just put all the information, and hopefully other people will put information as well.
Yeah, finding the true people and true team members are really important. And how many hackathons did you organize so far in Malaysia, right? Only.
Okay, so I actually is a participant, so I usually participate in hackathon. So how many hackathon I organized? I did organize one. Yeah, I did organize once. I think it's once. Yeah, I did organize once for my company. So my role really is just as admin or the co-founder of Hackathon Kaki. So I hope to promote the hackathon culture within Malaysia. I hope to grow the community, like I did mention, garner more interest, so that more organizers can organize hackathon, so more opportunity for everyone. So that is really my role. And also because I love hackathons, I joined. I don't organize that much. I only organize once because that is my company. Yeah.
How do you see that people like youngsters in Malaysia, how do you think that they have more interest towards hackathons or not? Or is it popular in Malaysia, like in general?
Oh, okay. Thanks for the question. I think it's getting more and more popular. As I did mention, I really envy the university today. You have like so many hackathons that you can join. There's a big one, there's a small one. I see a lot of university students actually want quite a lot of hackathon. And those money actually is huge. Consider for a university student. So it's really, really good money for university student. You can even pay your whole degree. Yeah, your entire degree is free. You just join one or two hackathon and win. Um, and 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 yeah, so I think it's getting more and more popular for youngsters. And the most recent hackathon I participate, maybe more than 50% is student. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good that they are really becoming popular. And before moving to conclusion, like, can you tell us about your product management experience? How did it all started?
How did it all started? Okay, there is a saying that product manager is a CEO of is a mini CEO of a product. So yeah, and I was actually an actual CEO for my startup. So that lead me how do I start it? Yeah, so I think yeah, because I am genuinely interested and I have experience in building my own startup as a CEO capacity. I do know programming, coding, and also technology in general. So therefore, I bring. Uh, I think product manager is really a right skill set, right value for me to bring to the table, and therefore that's just how I think I should become product manager. And then because of that, so I apply for product management role. Funny enough, when I apply, I know that product management is the right path for me, so I applied for product management role. But eventually, fate landed me as a software engineer. But moving on, then as I work as a software engineer a year or two later, then I okay. So to cut things short, not to repeat again, I was recruited to become a product management. But since I was a founder of a startup, I know that product management is actually the right route for me.
Does one need a high education to work or to become a product manager?
No, in fact, I think higher education probably stop you from become product manager. Actually, not really. I don't think there's a linear path to become product manager. There is no course as far as I know of. Even if there is cost, I don't think. Okay, I shouldn't say this too early, but as far as I know of, there's no cost for product management. There is, yeah, there's no cost for product management.
Thank you. So now our tradition. Shahrina, do you want to start?
Yeah, and I've just talked before. Yeah, out of context. We had a tradition that we usually will be asking our speakers the blitz questions. As you know, these are basically the fast come first, fast serve like questions. Whichever comes to your mind first when we ask, you should answer fast and
Without
short, maybe. Yeah, without
Sure.
thinking. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
So it would be sure. Mac or PC? Like MacBook or PC, like personal computer?
Mac.
Okay.
Mac.
Thanks for
second one.
Pretty I
One
think most people will be choosing programmers.
Sorry, the line wasn't that good. So can you repeat the question? Yeah.
Okay,
Just
second
you
question is, one tech tool you cannot live without.
One tech I cannot live without. Phone.
Phone. Okay.
Okay. Let me ask. Okay, quick one. Name 3 items that you must have at hackathon to survive.
3 items. My laptop, my water bottle, and my jacket.
What about your
Cool.
phone?
Sorry?
What about your phone?
If I have my laptop, I don't need my phone.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, well,
Okay, next one. A quote you live by.
What? Sorry?
A quote you live by. Like quote.
A quote I live by. Stay foolish, stay hungry. Or is it the other way around?
Wow.
Stay hungry, stay foolish. Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay. Favorite way to relax after a long day.
Sorry, can you repeat it? So, I'm so sorry, the internet is not stable. Yeah.
Favorite way to relax after a long day.
Favorite
Way to relax after a long day.
Oh,
Like
favorite
what do you
way.
do? Yeah, favorite way.
Sleep.
Uh-huh. And one country you would love to visit for a tech conference.
Singapore.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I see. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay. I think we can end, right?
Yeah, I think we're done with the bleach part. That was pretty interesting.
And
sure,
now
thanks.
I will give you 2 interesting questions. Like, can you answer? The first one is, which startup you admire most?
Which
Which
startup
startup idea in the world you admire most?
They are probably not startup today, but Apple.
Apple?
I mean, in the early days, about 50 years ago, Apple is still a startup. So yeah, 50 years ago, Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, next one. One resource you find invaluable to your entrepreneurship journey.
One resource.
This could be book, anything.
One resource. Myself. Yeah, if I don't have myself, then it wouldn't make
pretty
any
unique.
sense, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we sure. That's the main source.
Yeah, pretty unique.
Yeah. We also have one more, like the fun tradition, which is basically asking our previous speakers to give questions for our next guests.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So our very first speaker, we've just uploaded the podcast with her, asked about this thing. Usually, I think you also know about this in hackathons. People encounter that some participants steal their ideas from each other. As we know, like even like currently, sometimes hackathons are done within 2 days, given the like 24 hours to solve the like to find the solution for the idea and then pitching and everything. So basically, all the participants are in one room sometimes, but actually quite often. So usually they counter this problem with stealing ideas from each other. But it turned out that the stealing one actually is winning because they have their own way of pitching. So do you think you have also encountered this? And if you encounter this, actually in reality, what would like your general reaction be?
Okay. That is an interesting question. So I have
Yeah, because
participated.
she was young.
Oh, who
Yeah, she
who
was
is
15.
who is the last speaker?
Uh, last speaker, she was 15. Oishibono.
Okay.
Later
Okay.
we'll send the link with her, with the podcast with her.
Okay. No. Oh,
With
okay.
just
So I get to ask a question to the next speaker. So is that right?
yeah.
Okay.
You also need to ask something from the next speaker.
Okay. Sure. Okay. So first of all, I think I joined 82 hackathon. So 82 hackathon is not little by any means. I don't
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
a
see
lot.
once. So there's two points I want to make. 82 hackathon, I never observed myself the idea stealing. Probably it happened that I didn't know, but if I joined 82 times and I never observed once, I'm not sure whether it happened or not. So the second point I wanted to make is because I've joined so many hackathon, um, I think stealing idea is almost impossible in hackathon. It's almost impossible. So
I
so
think so.
okay. So why do I say that? So let's say I have an idea to build a spaceship. You want to steal an idea, but could you build a spaceship in 2 days? Because as you mentioned, the hackathon in 2 days, right? So most of the people really have the idea in their mind. Actually, not most. Maybe half or more than half of the team already have the idea in their mind. So let's say building a spaceship. So they probably have 2 weeks time to think how to build a spaceship. 2 weeks. So by the time they join a hackathon, whatever that is in their mind for 2 weeks, they just execute in 2 days. But if you were to see the idea and quickly build it, is almost impossible. It's not impossible, but almost, because you don't have the 2 weeks to think how to build a spaceship, unless by stealing you means you took their laptop and present. So that kind of stealing maybe it's possible to steal an idea. So that's why I say it's incredibly hard to steal an idea in a
It's kind of
hackathon.
hard.
There's one thing you can steal. Is probably like a very, very small thing. I wouldn't consider it even an idea. So let's say, but this only happened by chance. Why do I say chance? Let's say both of you want to build a spaceship. So it's only by chance that both of you build the same thing. Actually, this happened more than you think. So I actually have participated 82, and maybe 30% of the time there are some other team that have almost the same idea as me, or even 100% same as me. So the things that you can steal is both of you is building the spaceship, and somehow your team have thought of a brilliant idea using a diamond as a door. So the door is bling bling, right? Then the other team, hey, the team is using a diamond door. Maybe we should change the steel door to a diamond door. So this kind of stealing probably is possible, but I have not observed. Okay, even if I observe, I'm not sure whether it's stealing or not, because idea crashing, same idea, is happened too often, very, very often. It might be a result of stealing, or it might be a result of chances. But anyway, even if people don't steal your idea is still same. If people steal your idea is same. People don't steal your idea is same. So why do you doubt about the stealing? So so recap, the only way possible to steal is not the whole idea, but like something small from the idea when two team is building a similar thing. So you need to happen a condition of building same thing, and then there's still a small thing. A little bit trick about the idea, but I did mention also it actually doesn't matter, because even if the team doesn't steal your idea, clashing idea will be there. There's one hackathon I joined. 3 other teams have the same idea as me. So imagine there's only 20 teams. There's only 20 teams. 4 teams have the same idea, and my idea is exactly the same as one of the 4. It's like almost like a carbon copy. It's 100% same. But what is not same is they have a better pitch. They have a better design. So and they dress better. The dress code. I just dress like a t-shirt and everything. And guess who won? My team. So we have the same idea. They have a better design. They have a better pitch, but my team still won. So how did my team won? Actually, one different. It's a Q&A. So during the Q&A, the way I answer the question is drastically different from the other team. So even though they are better than me in every single sense, but I still want them, and also two other teams, the four same idea. So maybe back to the question, like how do we deal with this? For the last speaker, I think don't think so much about stealing. If they want to steal, just let them steal. Even if people don't steal your idea, there will, if you join long enough hackathon, if you plan to join over and over hackathon like myself, eventually you will find that there are teams that have exactly same idea as you, not result of stealing. So the outcome is the same as stealing. And if they won or if they lose, I think if they won, they deserve it, regardless of stealing or not, because they're at the pitch. So I think focus more on maximizing your winning potential by, maybe if you think your pitch is not that good, try to brush up your pitching skill or your teammate pitching skill. And one more tips based on my story is Q&A actually matter more than a pitch. You practice more Q&A, and then you probably can win whoever that steal your idea. Yeah, because Q&A can't be stolen. Q&A can't be stolen because why? Because the question is asked by the judge, and most often judge won't repeat the same question. Yeah.
I've also joined once, and like there were 10 teams, and 6 of them had the same idea. That was
now you see. Yeah. 6 idea, right? Yeah.
I was like sitting and waiting for the judges to react. But as you just said, although all 6 teams had the same idea, one of them made a pitch that was much better than others, and also they answered all the questions that were given by the judges in a full detailed way. I think that was also, as you just said, Q&A matters the most. Yeah. Thank you very much for your response. That was really insightful. Yeah, informative, as you also told about your own ways of dealing with this and also about your experience. And as we just said, usually the previous guests ask questions for the next people, like coming people. Do you have any question in your mind that you would ask from the next speaker?
Who is the next speaker?
This person will be also from Payroll, startup founder, entrepreneur.
Startup founder, entrepreneur. Okay, so I couldn't know who is that. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So 2 questions in 1 question. When is the last time you cry for someone, and what is the reason for it?
Okay, yeah. They were just,
You got the question? Do you get the question?
Yeah,
we got it. Very nice question. Very interesting one.
Thanks for that. Yeah. I'm interested to know. Yeah. I mean, not. I doesn't know the person, but I genuinely interested to know the deep thought of someone, even the strangers. I think that would actually tell a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. True.
So now we can end our today's conversation.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much once again.
I do want to do a small shout out. So for all the audience and even for both of you, right? So please do join Hackathon Kaki community. So it's a Facebook page, a Facebook community. So you can just log into Facebook. If you don't have a Facebook, it's okay. You can also connect me through LinkedIn. Just search for my name, add me in LinkedIn and follow my post. If you happen to have a Facebook, do do help me to join the Facebook Hackathon Kaki. So search in Facebook Hackathon Kaki, and then join the group, and we will share everything about hackathons, all the information about hackathons. If you were to join one, I encourage you to join one. This is a place where you can start to find a teammate, to find the right hackathon for you. You can even ask any question, and I promise I will answer every single of them. And so far, I did that. For any question that is being asked, I will try my best to answer it to my knowledge. Yeah, so this is a little shout out for myself and my Hackathon Kaki group. Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm glad to be invited, and I'm enjoying the session. I hope both of you are enjoying as well as the audience as well.
Yeah, thank you very much for devoting your time. This conversation was very insightful, and like as you have said, like stay hungry and stay foolish.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, photo.
Oh, photo.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I
Sure.
forgot to.
We have got
Okay.
one.
Okay. We have this
Are you-
pose.
We have got this pose. It
pose?
means venture voices.
Virtual voices. Yeah, like Vivi.
Oh, okay. Okay. So is this going to post anywhere?
Ah, sorry.
Is it going to be posted anywhere, the photo?
Yeah.
I think we can put it like yeah, as opposed to photo video. It will be posted on YouTube too, like the whole podcast. So we'll send the link later.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Do send me all the links. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So 1, 2, 3, venture voices like this. Yeah, I will take the picture once. 1, 2, wait. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you very much for attending. Have a nice.
Okay.
Already night, right? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Once again. Bye bye.